Breaking news coming from FBI.
Just since Biden's been in office, Carly, what you've had is 320 known terrorists have come in there and been stopped at the border.
When Uncle Joe Biden is busy meddling in the world's business, putting conflict around nations, when Uncle Joe Biden is also preparing to attack Russia via Ukraine with NATO nations, while something big is about to happen in the United States of America because
officials tell CBS News the individuals were from Tajikistan and were arrested in New York, Philadelphia, and Los Angeles. They allegedly crossed the U.S.-Mexico border last year and this year.
In this video I'm about to play for you, you are going to see for yourself on how the U.S. is about to be attacked because they have just arrested 8 individuals who were preparing to attack 8 cities in the United States of America. This is something that our brothers need to know over there, because if this had to happen, I doubt that we will be at peace as African children. So we believe that it is very important we get to communicate with everyone. These are the kind of news which we should be expecting them showing on their big medias such as CNN, BBC and France 24, but they are not doing so. Do you know why? Because these are how the Western medias work. All the kind of information that they're supposed to be talking about, they don't talk about that because they don't want you to know that. But we are going to show you this video so that you can see how they had prepared themselves to attack these cities in the United States of America. You need to watch until the end after watching this video I'm about to play for you, so that you can also get to hear what our point of view through our analysis. But before you watch this video that I'm about to play for you, make sure that you hit that like button. Support us by giving us your thumbs up, because we are taking a big risk by informing you all this. We need your support by liking these videos in your numbers. So guys, without delay, let us go straight to the videos. Let us watch it together, then I'll be back with more analysis after that.
We've seen the threat from foreign terrorists rise to a whole nother level. This is by no means a time to let up or dial back. Now, on top of that, increasingly concerning is the potential for a coordinated attack here in the homeland.
So that was 8 days ago, and that was Chris Wray, head of the FBI, warning us that now it's happened. 8 migrants with ties to ISIS arrested in a sting operation. All 8 of them crossed the border illegally. That's where we start. Good morning, everybody. On this midweek Wednesday, I'm Bill Hemmer. Hello to you.
Good morning. It's good to be here with you. I'm Dana Perino, and this is America's Newsroom. The migrants came here from Tajikistan, and a source tells Fox they were, quote, fully vetted at the southern border, and yet nothing was flagged.
So ICE then later caught up with them in Philadelphia, New York, and Los Angeles, and that begs the question, who else is coming across that border?
We have Team Fox coverage. Paul Morrow is here with us, and we want to go first to Alexis McAdams. She is on the streets of New York with more. Hi, Alexis.
Dana, Bill, good morning. Right now, we know that those 8 Tajik nationals are in ICE custody this morning after they were arrested. A source telling me that a majority were arrested right here in New York City. Exactly where in the city, we're still trying to figure that out. This morning, a Democratic councilman here says this is another example of a broken southern border that he says the president needs to fix quickly, because he says he doesn't know what's going to happen next in New York City. Listen.
Yeah, it's frightening, and we're headed for another 9/11. I predicted that. I think we should have a secure border. We should know who's coming into our country. We don't. And millions of migrants and illegal aliens have gotten through. So it's a situation that we're just, really rolling the dice here.
So in just the last few days, the group of Tajik nationals, who investigators tell us have ties to ISIS, were taken into custody. The 8 men, all from Tajikistan. So how did they enter the United States in the first place is the question. Sources telling Fox they crossed illegally at the southern border and were, quote, fully vetted. But listen to this, nothing was flagged somehow. It was only after they were already released into the U.S. that Customs and Border Patrol were notified about these major security concerns. So this ICE sting took place in 3 major cities, New York, Philadelphia, and in Los Angeles. According to the New York Post, the feds used a wiretap to listen in on these phone calls from these people, hearing one of those arrested talking about bombs. Former ICE Director Tom Homan says this is an example of a dangerous trend.
Under 3.5 years of Biden, they've got a historical number of Russian nationals being arrested at the southern border. I mean, these numbers are unprecedented. And you look at the people on the terrorist watch list, they got over 380 on the southern border.
So you heard those numbers. It's pretty shocking. 380 at the southern border and counting. The Department of Homeland Security, Dana and Bill, and the FBI are working this case. They know about that heightened threat in America and say they're doing everything they can around the clock to keep Americans safe. Back to you.
But here at home, a group of ISIS-linked terror suspects were just arrested in 3 of America's biggest cities after walking right into our country across our southern border. Lucas Tomlinson is live with the breaking details. Lucas, what do we know?
Well, good morning, Carly and Todd. Not only did those 8 terrorist suspects enter the United States illegally through the southern border, they apparently received, quote, full vetting, according to our own Bill Malushin. The suspects are from Tajikistan, the landlocked country in Central Asia. It borders Afghanistan to the south and China to the east. Recall the main suspects in the terrorist attack on the concert hall in Moscow that killed 145 people back in March were also from Tajikistan. The FBI and DHS said in a statement to Fox, quote, the individuals arrested are detained in ICE custody pending removal proceedings. As the FBI and DHS have recently described in public and partner bulletins, the U.S. has been in a heightened threat environment. The FBI and DHS will continue working around the clock with our partners to identify, investigate, and disrupt potential threats to national security. The suspected terrorists were arrested in Los Angeles and across the country in New York and Philadelphia in recent days. According to the New York Post, who broke the story, quote, part of the investigation featured a wiretap which revealed one of the now arrested individuals was talking about bombs. Remember the Boston Marathon bombing? I'm afraid something like that might happen again or worse. Now, FBI Director Christopher Wray warned lawmakers back in April about what he described as the increased threat of a, quote, coordinated attack inside the U.S. after the Moscow massacre. And, of course, again, remember the suspects in that attack were also from Tajikistan, guys.
All right, Lucas Tomlinson live for us. Lucas, thank you. Let's bring in former Trump National Security aide John Elliott to talk about this very concerning story. And John, one of the most concerning things about this is that these 8 people who were just arrested, they weren't gotaways. They received full vetting by CBP. Nothing was flagged, so they were welcomed into our country. Given the millions of other people who were treated the very same way, where does that leave us?
Well, you're absolutely right, Carly. It's a disaster here. One of these 8 actually used the app. They have an app with your phone where you can actually go in and get pre-vetted. And so we're now having terrorists use the app to get into our country. And so, look, this is something where it's absolutely, this is an open border and the terrorists know it. And so whether it's the ISIS-K guys who, terrorists who went after just a couple months ago in Moscow and killed over 100 people who were there in Moscow. This is a similar thing could happen right now. And then just look at the White House right now. There was over the weekend, Carly, what there was in front of the White House is you had people putting all sorts of just defacing one of the statues, throwing bricks at the park police that were there. And so, look, this is something that not a single person got arrested there. So we've got people who can come that close to the White House, and now we have known terrorists. Just since Biden's been in office, Carly, what you've had is you've had 320 known terrorists have come in there and been stopped at the border. And that's just the ones that we've stopped. Look, if you're using the app and you're coming in and you're a terrorist, then guess how many that we have that are just going right around the ICE protection that we have now, the Customs Border Protection. It's an absolute disgrace.
Yeah, I fear it's just a matter of time before our intel services, which do an amazing job, by the way, not discrediting them, but they fail to catch one of these terror cells before it's too late. And that was a sentiment that the FBI director expressed some fear about when he testified a few weeks ago. Listen.
We've seen the threat from foreign terrorists rise to a whole nother level. On top of that, increasingly concerning is the potential for a coordinated attack here in the homeland, not unlike the ISIS-K attack we saw at the Russia concert hall back in March.
John, if Trump is elected, is there anything he can do to potentially substantially eliminate as much of this threat as possible? Or, John, is it just too late?
No, it's not too late at all, because President Trump has said that we're going to deport everybody once he gets in office. He said that we're going to start with the criminals, but that we're going to put everybody who's come in here illegally under Biden and earlier, the trickle that was there compared to the wave that's going on right now. But he is going to deport these terrorists. He's going to find where they are. And what President Trump has said is that the police know where these guys are. And with the intelligence, you're absolutely right that the intel resources that we have kudos to the FBI for finding these guys, and it was a wiretap reportedly that found them. So good on them. And so what President Trump will do, number one, he'll close the border so they won't get in, and those who are here, he's going to make sure that they are deported right away, or actually that they're arrested and that they're prosecuted and then possibly deported after that. But we need these guys in jail is what we need.
It is very important we share this breaking news that was coming from the FBI with you guys, because, well, knowing the Western medias, they will never gonna accept to share this kind of informations, because they know that it will be kind of like a defeat for them, for the world to see this kind of problems that they are having. But how did we get here? Because we feel like it is very important for us to talk about this. We have our fellow brothers and sisters who are over there, and we think that they deserve to know the truth. So let us ask ourselves this simple question: how did you get here? How did things get to this point if these people, they can go around the world and looking for problems? Because looking at how these 8 people managed to enter the border of the United States of America, obviously these people, they were coming from the Middle East countries. And we all know what they've been doing in the Middle East, where innocent women and children and men are dying each and every day, and yet they're having a blind eye on it. So obviously they will be kind of like making a lot of enemies out there without knowing. And these people now, they are coming for them. Going to attack such major cities in the US is not something good that we can wish for any nations, because we know it is only innocent people who can end up dying from all this. Now, on other side, Uncle Joe Biden is not even there. He's actually living his life. He acts like everything goes normal for him. He is at peace by going to create more conflict around the world. You guys, you saw recently even sign a signature approving for NATO nations to start attacking Ukraine, to start attacking Russia via Ukraine. That is something that Russia on their side, they could not be able to take it lightly, because they take that as a serious threat, and they have to respond also by threatening the NATO nations, saying that we are here to respond back if you guys you try ever to sponsor Ukraine with these so-called weapons that you want to give it to Ukraine. Well, they never take that serious until when Vladimir Putin decided to order the drill of these nuclear bombs. That simply means to say that if Ukraine have to launch one missile in Russia, of course Russia, they're not going to respond with one missile, but they'll respond with at least 1 nuclear bomb. Do you know what does that mean? Are you aware of what 1 nuclear bomb can do? How many people will have to die from all that? See the kind of the world we are living in today. Guys, I'm telling you the truth, like, we never see Joe Biden, Donald Trump doing these things. Joe Biden have come to change this world and put it into conflict. I'm telling you the truth. Because if you look the mandate of Donald Trump, even though I don't like either of one of them, but Donald Trump, we never see him going around and bringing war. With Joe Biden as administrative, well, it had bring us close to a World War III. Anything can happen right now. And we don't deserve to be going through all this. And at the end of the day, they are using Africa as their center, where they know that they can come and relay, because the minerals that produce all those nuclear bombs or guns or weapons that they are trying to show each other how strongful they are, it comes from Africa continent. So at the end of the day, I don't know what is going on in their minds. Well, guys, our brothers and all our subscribers over there in the United States of America, we just want you guys to be alert and be aware of what is about to happen in your country, because this breaking news that you just saw in this footage that we share with you, of course, it was told before by the FBI director, who had announced on how these people they were planning, and this problem are getting met closer and closer, because they try to arrest the first group of people, but it seems like they're still even coming more. So the people are coming from the Middle East. They're still indeed planning to take revenge on the US because of what they've been doing over there in their regions. So what is the solution to all this? Well, it is very simple. Stay out. Don't go around and showing people that you are a big brother, you are strong enough, you have the muscle, you can do whatsoever pleases you. Stay out of trouble. Stay at home. Be a good leader who preach by peace and not by violence. So I think that is something that can help this world to accomplish or establish the peace that we've been all looking for. And not going around provoking people, and now it is innocent people in the United States of America borders who will have to pay from all this. This is something that needs to be stopped. I hope you guys, you understand, and I hope you guys will find something beneficial in this video. Do us a favor before you leave. Make sure that you hit that like button, like this video in your numbers, so that YouTube can also recommend it to all our fellow brothers and sisters who are over there in the US borders. And if you find something beneficial, you would like to hear more from us, well, hit that subscribe button right now. Give us your thumbs up. We really do appreciate, because here we talk about matters that matter the most. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button, and feel free to drop your comment in the comment section so that we'll have a look on it. Share also your opinions. Tell us what to think about these US foreign policies that they are doing right now in the Joe Biden administrative. And also tell us also your opinions on how we can stop all these kind of dramas to happen that keep on killing innocent people. Well guys, that will be all for today. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video until now. Continue to be yourself, be good, be kind, have respect for everyone in order for you to be respected. May God bless you all. I'll see you again very soon in our next video. Ciao, ciao.